Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. A few months ago, right after I did my video on square watches, I was thinking to myself, I have never owned a square watch. I have tank style watches and a couple watches that are square-ish, but not totally geometrically square watches. And one of the watches in that video was just so fun and cool looking. Even though it's a bit on the larger side, I decided to get one. They're pretty affordable, so why not? Turns out that watch was on pre-order. I had no idea. So all this time I've been waiting for it, and it just arrived today. What watch am I talking about? The Persistent watch by Projects Watches. I decided to go with the orange colorway. I was tempted to go for the lime green, but I think I like this one a little bit more. It's such a fun and cool looking watch. And if you're a fan of art, contemporary art, abstract art, the dial might look very familiar to you. It's nearly identical to a painting that Josef Albers did as part of his study for homage to the square. It appears that his prints of squares began in 1950, and he carried this on until 1970 when he passed away. The man loved himself some squares. So tonight, let's get some first impressions of this watch. I'll spend some time with it and do a full review of it in the near future. So let us begin. Here is the Projects watch. So I now own two Projects watches. The other one I still have to send off to get the hands put back on after my little debacle changing the battery in it. The dial is actually fixed to the case, and I inadvertently lifted the movement up as I was pulling the battery out, so it popped the hands off. Yeah. Sounds like it'll only be $20 to have them put back on. I just need to actually ship it off and have that taken care of. But here is the Persistent. I absolutely love those colors. It is a big watch though, for a square. I actually like the bracelet though. The bracelet feels okay. It's a little bit light feeling. You know, some bracelets are kind of heavy and solid feeling. This one's a little bit lighter. But it looks pretty cool. Oh, and look, it's a quick release. That's cool. I mean, it's not like it actually has end links on it, so it wouldn't have been terrible to swap it out anyway, but yeah, everything is brushed on it. And this is a square watch. The hand colors are pretty cool. Kind of ties in the edge of the dial there on the seconds hand. That's pretty cool. The clasp seems to be pretty decent. Projects watches are really fun. I think I'm gonna have to revisit their website, see what they've been doing since the last Projects watches video I did. I may have to do another one. So if you didn't catch that video, this brand hires artists to design watches. So they aren't really watch designers. They're graphic artists, fine artists, painters, stuff like that. And they come up with these crazy artistic ideas for watches. I'm not sure who did this design, but as I mentioned, it's a near duplication of an actual painting. But it's kind of cool because it's like 3D. There's some depth to this dial. It's not just flat colors on there. And it was super affordable. It was $100 and some. It is quartz. But I do have this bracelet sized. So let's get a quick wrist shot of this. Let me take off the tutor I am totally obsessed with this watch. And even though it's vintage, I don't really feel too nervous wearing it. It feels like kind of like a contemporary watch, at least as far as its ruggedness goes. It's a great dressy everyday wear piece. It's just so gorgeous. Let me take this off. And there it is on my 7-inch wrist. 55 millimeters wide. So this watch is 35 millimeters, which is large for a square. Yeah, it's not too thick. It totally looks like I'm walking around with a painting strapped to my wrist, which I pretty much am. Kind of funny. Like I said, I do like the bracelet on this. It looks pretty cool. It would be interesting to see this with a leather strap on it though, so I may have to try that as well. Those colors are so cool. I like it. There you have it, the super fun, persistent watch. This thing will look so good with my crazy Palm Springs shirt. I'll definitely have to wear this a bunch during the summer. It's just so much fun, so happy and colorful. Thanks for watching.